Hey everybody, this is Felicia with The Book is Done. I wanted to come on real quick. I just finished this goodie, Freida McFadden, The Intruder. You know I'm a Freida reader, so you know I got it. And I got it on Tuesday, and I'm sorry, I'm still up here, but you know I'm a Freida reader, so I was gonna read the book. I pretty much read that book in one setting, and man, the twist the twist towards the end, I tell you, like Frida is almost guaranteed for you to sit there and just be like, what the what? Wait a minute, did I read that right? Did time out, time out. Like that's just literally what it was. And so, um, gosh, okay. So it's called The Intruder, and naturally, and this younger, it goes back and forth between two people. Starts with Casey, I believe, and then it is that Casey is now, Ella is before, and so this, oh gosh, I don't want to give it away. I don't. Y'all know I'm good for not. I don't do spoilers because that could just kill the vibe of somebody's everything. But um, the setting is like Ella. Casey is a young woman. She has to be like in her 30s, like early 30s. Casey is in her early 30s. Ella is like, and this is before, Ella is 13. So Ella is, I want to say she's either in eighth grade or she's in ninth grade. But she lives, she's her only child. She lives with her mom, who is a hoarder, and it the triggers in this book, like it really didn't. And in the beginning of the book, Frida gives, like, she tells you like, hey, these are some triggers, like I don't write anything wild and rambunctious because I do realize that young adults are reading a book, my family's reading a book, my children are reading a book. I want to be respectful of everybody. However, the book has some triggers. So some of the triggers: child abuse, um domestic violence. Child abuse is probably the biggest one. Alcoholism is big in this one. And negligence, child neglect. It's not. I don't want to say how bad it is. I mean, just the term can be a trigger to somebody. So just when you're reading this book, be mindful of that. But Ella is a 13-year-old girl, single girl. She's living in a home with her mom, who, come to find out, is a hoarder. And um, her mom, she smokes cigarettes, but her mom is just, it's like she's not, I don't want to say she's a bad person, but her hoarding disorder makes everything just seem off. Like the washing machine, the washer and dryer is broken. Her mom doesn't want to get it fixed because, hey, I'm not made of money and all of this, which I get, but like she hoards. And so she's just like, I can, and she didn't say it in the book, but in a sense it's just like, I can use this money to go and buy some things. Like Ella comes home from school and she has her own space, she has her own room, but like it's a fish tank on her desk. Ella don't have no fish. She didn't want no fish. She didn't ask for no fish, but her mom, and it was full of pots and pans, but it was on her desk. And so Ella was like, Mom, I need to use my desk to do my homework. And her mom was like, in a makeshift couch. So when I say makeshift couch, it was the chair or the seat of the couch was a mattress, and then the back of the couch was a mattress folded over, and that was in their living room. But they were surrounded by papers. Like, I don't want to say it was newspapers, but it was just papers and hoarding. And so she was like, Mom, I need your help, in moving this fish tank. She was like, well, I figured you would want that, and I got a good deal on pots and pans, and it's just there until I figure out a place. And her mom was just talking down to her. She was like, "What do you want to move the fish tank for?" And Ella's like, "I need to use my desk to do homework." Mom was like, "You don't care about that. You're, a crappy kid, and you don't care about school, like all the things." And my heart just, I'm a mandated reporter, so like for me, I'm ready to reach out to Child Protective Services, like, and not just based on words, but just the atmosphere. Hoarding. So they have a lot of what they need, and it's different types of hoarders. That's a whole separate video. But um, and I'm like borderline obsessed with the show, but yeah. Again, I'm off topic, but this type, she didn't want to run out of anything. She didn't want to run out of anything, and within the story, it tells the basis of how her mom came to be. And so I forgot her mom's name. Desiree, I believe. But like they had what they needed. Had plenty of food, plenty of everything, but it was molded. So all of the food in the freezer, she said it was like one big frozen block of gray meat in the refrigerator, like with the vegetables, like some of them were soggy and some of them were liquidy. So she was taken care of, but at the same point in time, she wasn't taken care of. And so that's Ella. Fast forward, well, they go back and forth. So Casey was a teacher who lived in the city. Now she is out in the sticks in New Hampshire. And when I say sticks, like that's what she said, the sticks. She's in the middle of nowhere, and there's this real big storm coming, and she needs her roof fixed. So Rudy is her landlord. Lee is her neighbor. And he's like, Lee is like half a mile away from her, but like Casey is like, "Rudy, I need you to fix the roof." Rudy was like, "I don't have time to fix no roof." Rudy was trying to hit on her, all the things. So, and it's a storm, like, it's New Hampshire, so it's not winter. It was just like a really bad rainstorm. So I'm thinking maybe like a nor'easter, kind of like what's going on now, where it's just like really bad storms and stuff, but nothing like snow. So, there's a shed in the backyard, and Casey, before the storm is starting to amp up. Casey sees somebody go into the shed. First, she sees somebody in her window. She was like, okay, let me just, I'm paranoid, whatever, it's nothing. She goes out to the shed. She finds this young girl in the shed right before the storm comes. Young girl's covered in blood. So she brings the girl she invites the girl to the house. And the young girl has to be like 13. Now, mind you, Ella before is 13. And then this new girl that was in the shed, her name is Eleanor. So she is hesitant. She doesn't trust her. Casey gets her to come into the house because she has food. The girl hasn't eaten in forever. She's very thin. She's very pale. So to get into the house, Casey starts to feed her or whatever. She's trying to warm up to this young girl. So um, the story just goes on. The storm happens, and things are you go back and forth between Casey and Ella. And with Ella, that's the thing with Casey. With Ella, she's dealing with her clothes smelling because her mom doesn't want to wash her clothes. She doesn't have any money for food, so she has to eat like moldy food. 9 times out of 10, she doesn't eat it. She's being bullied, things of that nature. She doesn't know who her dad is, and there's this young guy named Anton, and at first he would call her Smella, and in a sense he would kind of bully her, but at the same point in time, like, they ended up having to work on a science project together. And he was like, "I don't want to work with her," and she was like, "I don't want to work with him." They end up working together. They end up being like real cool. And so I'm gonna stop right there because I don't want to give too much away. It's 270 pages in the book. You don't even realize you're zipping through the book until you get to almost the end, and you're like, no, there has to be more. There has to be more. And so and it does have a sneak peek into the next book, Dear Debbie, that is released in January. I did not read that just because I'm still trying to come down from my high. But in all things, if you have not read Freida McFadden, it is, I mean, from what I've read and heard people say, "Oh, it's a y'all book, it's a y'all book." It goes back and forth, but I, if I had to put a percentage on it, I would say it's maybe like 60-40, talking about Ella's story in comparison to Casey's story. Like, it balances each other off really good, But at the same point in time, yeah, it was, to me, it wasn't a yacht book. I can see how it is, but when everything comes together, yeah, Frida did that. I'm still a devoted Frida reader. Whatever she released, I'm gonna read. When so many people will say so many bad things and just not so nice things. Oh, Frida's overrated. Frida's this. Frida's that. Listen, if she isn't your cup of tea, put the cup down and get another cup of tea, a different type of tea, or whatever the case may be. Like, stop that. You know what I mean? Like, if Frida isn't your vibe, keep it moving. There are plenty. So many. Just keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like, just in all things, I like the book. I have all of her books, every single one of them, and so I will be buying Dear Debbie. I'm pretty sure the next book is going to be released, or the title is going to be released, and it's probably going to be set for June of next year, and I'm gonna be ready for that too. So, again, Freida McFadden, The Intruder. Yes, ma'am. It's only available in hardcover, so this is the first time I think that she's ever released it in hardcover, and it's only in hardcover. And then two, it has sprayed edges. I don't know if you've seen it already. What is she hiding? And even still, you're going to Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, any of your bookstore distributors or carriers or whatnot. They're all hardcover books, and so I don't know when the paperback is coming. I am going to be ready for the paperback, but I'm glad that I read this. So again, Freedom McFadden, The Intruder. Kudos to you, ma'am. I am ready for Dear Debbie come January. Let me know your thoughts if you've read this, and if you haven't, go check it out. Maybe you'll like it. Bye, y'all.